And joining me live in studio is Commissioner Thomas Letangule from the IEBC. Thank you so much for coming in. Certainly a great task ahead of you. This has kicked off late. How do you intend to register 18 million voters?
Well, the exercise is starting tomorrow, the 19th, and going on for 30 days up to the 18th of December. We have really done a lot of adverts urging wananchi to turn up for this exercise, and we expect that people will turn up because this is a new register, and so we really urge all the eligible voters to turn up to register afresh. It's a fresh register. It's a new register using biometric voter registration tools.
And for the avoidance of doubt, what does one need to show up with?
For one to be registered as a voter, you need a Kenyan identity card or a valid passport, Kenyan passport.
All right.
Yeah.
There are 15,000 BVR kits, as we've heard in that story. How exactly do you intend to share them on election day?
Yes, we have 15,000 kits, which we will use to register voters in 25,000 registration centers. These kits are enough. I think they are sufficient to be used for this exercise. On average, we shall have about 10 kits per county assembly ward.
Okay, so are you saying that you're using this 15,000 only for registration and we should expect more on actual election day, or are we going to see your officers shuttling from one polling station to another, trying to set up quickly and start voter,
these kits are for purpose of registration only. Only for registration of voters.
Okay.
What we are doing is not electronic voting. It is registration by electronic machines. So these machines will capture the voter. They will capture their biometrics. It will capture their facial and also the fingerprints of the voter. For ease of the identification, it will erase double registration, and it will bring in a clean register, because you know registration, a credible election starts with a credible register, and that's what we want to do.
And speaking of a credible register, what contingency plans do you have in place, seeing as this equipment, this technology is being freshly used in Kenya? Is there some kind of agreement with the manufacturer to be able to intervene in case of any issues?
Well, yes, because these kits, okay, it's the first time that we are using this. Of course, there was a pilot earlier for this biometric registration. We have put in place, we have trained 30,000 clerks countrywide, and they are really well trained to handle any logistical issues to deal with the machines. However, we have also set aside about 300 kits just for emergency in case of breakups. The manufacturer has also brought in technicians into the country, and they are on standby. In fact, they are in every region. Even our own staff from the head office are on standby just in case any of the machines malfunction for one reason or another. Okay. So we are all set, system set.
Well, I certainly appreciate your confidence, because you know we'll be watching. Finally, before I let you go, how are you going to deal with the issue of displaced populations, you know, the ones we're seeing in Baragoi, we've seen cases of violence in Mombasa. We know your officials had a very hard time even just showing up to work in the Tana River, and also, of course, the IDPs from the 2008 violence.
Those are the challenges we expect because of insecurity in the country. Remember, these kits are mobile, and they can be moved from one station to another within the same county. Of course, the registration of that particular center is locked to a particular kit. However, we intend to capture even those who are displaced. Our officers will be moving to reach them. We'll also be encouraging, telling them where exactly the registration center is. So we are aware of those challenges, and we are working closely with the government agencies, the security agencies of the government, and we are really receiving a lot of support to enable this exercise continue.
Thomas Letangule from the IEBC.
Thank you.
Godspeed.
Thank you.
Thank you.